All right, well, we've got another Crossroads podcast. This is number 82. This is only the second one in the studio with my boy, AR.O.
Hey, guys.
Yo, yeah, I didn't know actually when I first linked with you if it was pronounced AR.O or AR.O.
Yeah, no, I let people pronounce it however they want, and that's a question I do get a lot. Because it is an acronym, so it doesn't have to have a pronunciation. You could say the letters individually, you can pronounce it as one word, and there's really no wrong meaning for it.
Yeah, the acronym
Stands for a real outlook, because it's like, I try not to be like fake, I'm not trying to like get up here, like for example in this interview I'm not going to be like, oh, I have all this money and all these riches and women and all this luxuries that I don't have, because I'm not trying to sell myself as something I'm not.
True that. You have no money, no women. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's realistic to be like, just living like most people do.
Yeah,
you know, and making money with music when you can. You said you were just doing that event, make like $100.
Right, yeah. Played Crystal Mountain and it was a whole hour. Can make $100. It's here and there. You're making money off music. Most rappers are, working regular day jobs. So it's it's fine to rap about like one big day where you did have all of that, but like you can't just claim that as your lifestyle when it's a one-piece night every like 2 years.
True that. There's a lot of people, even obviously like UFC contracts aren't the most money, so they be working regular jobs, or people even in like NBA I've heard.
Really? Even in the NBA?
Yeah. So I've heard.
That
and I've even heard it on different podcasts about rappers where they're like, man, you'd be surprised how many rappers show up on the construction site.
Wow, yeah, I guess,
But people don't want you to know that.
And they take the wrong contracts, too, They'll take those bad contracts, those 360 deals, stuff like that.
Oh, where they end up owing money.
Yeah, exactly, And that's where what gets these people, a lot of young artists, they're like, oh, I'm going to get all this money. I'm finally making it, and they don't realize that money isn't theirs.
Yeah, it is kind of a trick as to what deal you might make. Sometimes it works for people.
It works if you know what you're doing, but a lot of times people don't.
Well, and if you do know what you're doing, then most of the time you can do pretty well off independently. You release your own music.
Yeah, I've tried to release all my own stuff. I haven't, done anything through a label or anything. I use distribution through CD Baby, and I pretty much self-promote all my stuff. I've tried to run a couple ads on Facebook, but it's hard getting things past filters for those sites every once in a while. But
yeah, I like CD Baby. We've talked about that because the publishing.
Yeah, it's just easy, one-time fee. It's like... That's like how things should work, You don't need to be paying a subscription to release your music. I don't think that's the way music's meant to be heard either.
No, and it sucks. Like, I do like DistroKid. I've released stuff through DistroKid. I still have some things, like, say...
They have their benefits. It's just not right for me.
Yeah, if you're going to release stuff, like, a lot, like, I have, like, say, Soulfire Beats I have on there where I can, like, upload a lot.
Like, if you're doing daily tracks, that might be the best route for you,
Yeah. But
there's a lot of people out there who do challenges like that,
Yeah, that's quite a challenge every day. But, I mean, it works for some people. But the thing about it is, if you, like, stopped paying your yearly subscription, your music will get taken down.
Exactly.
Unless you pay, like, the extra...
They got like a reinstatement fee type thing. Is that what it is? Okay.
I think you can pay extra to be like, it'll last forever, whether or not you have a subscription.
Oh, gotcha. They can like, not like exclusive, but...
But with Pro publishing on CD Baby, we've talked about the performance rights organization, the BMI.
They get you secured through ASCAP. At least that's what it did for me.
Yeah, I'm BMI. It's just like you choose one or the other.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's cool. I think I've made more money through CD Baby than I have DistroKid.
I mean, I feel like they get out to all the services. I mean, I've never noticed like a problem with it being on anything. Every time I've had a release, I've always had it released on all those sites. You know, I've had hiccups here and there, but it's always ended up released on all of those sites.
How many releases have you done? You just released a new one.
I think I've had 4 releases, and I think I unreleased one of them. I think I unreleased a single track because I wanted to have it released on an album instead. I wanted to tweak it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're going to change it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, You're the Dragon was your most recent that you did a album release party here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a lot
cool.
of fun. I remember that. That was a good night. We also had KCT's album release party too.
Yeah,
so
that
was
cool.
Nice. We got to do like a back-to-back thing, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, shout out to KCT, the 406 Takeover.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like
Yeah.
It's like I'm Hot and 406 on there. I mean, it's got a pretty well-rounded album too.
Yeah, he's cool. He's different. You know, he's not. You know,
he's got more
like
of a
he's got
more of a like singing like tone to him. So it's like more like poppy sometimes too. So it's kind of cool.
He wears cool shirts.
Yeah,
That was one of the things I noticed. I was like, man, this guy always got a cool shirt on.
Yeah. He likes those Hawaiian shirts, man. I mean, they fit. He's got the style that is like the same every time. You know, he's recognizable, and that's a good thing to have in this business.
Yeah, true that. Well, the shirts, you got some merch. You got that hat. That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah. This is new. It's unreleased. I haven't put it out yet. I need to update it on the site. But yeah, I've got some AR.O hats. I've got some AR.O shirts and stuff like that in the works. I even got a pair of sweatpants too, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You need a whole sweatsuit.
I do got a whole wardrobe. Yes,
oh, you
sir. I do. I do.
Oh, that's what you need to be wearing in the music videos.
Yeah. It's
on
just
stage,
really hot.
I bet. Yeah.
I mean, heck, the show I just did at Rialto is probably the first time I've been on stage and not died of heat.
Because you're outside?
In like the last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even at Rapping the Rivers, I was sweating my ass off. Like,
it was hot day,
It was
though.
hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. That August heat, it gets you.
Well, Rapping the Rivers, again, shout out to Nick Busy.
Yes, sir. Nick,
Um,
Contact, all of them over there. Filth and Foul.
That's super dope. I haven't been to Rapping the Rivers. I hope that next year is really good, too.
I'm excited. I mean, sadly, Rockin' the Rivers is, a legacy that has been spanning for a while, and it's sad to see them go this next year, but I'm hoping that maybe some of those people might be interested in going to Rapping the Rivers, and maybe we can make it an experience that they'll enjoy and want to keep going to,
Yeah.
Just have something to, not, substitute it, but, complement the fact that, they're gone.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the people, I've gone to Rockin' the Rivers in the past. We went to work at it, though. My wife does the airbrush tattoo.
Nice. So you guys were a vendor?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But of course, you still got to go to the shows, and it was cool. But I hear a lot of people also go just for the party.
Have you guys thought of becoming a vendor for Rapping the Rivers? I mean, do their airbrush.
I mean, we're always open.
Have
to
you
it.
thought of you guys as cost effective?
I mean, I'm sure we would. I don't know how much it costs to get a spot, but then I'm sure we'd make money. It's just that this year we got this place going on now, so.
So you're already set. I mean, you got so much stuff you're working on now. You got a lot of projects.
Yeah, but that's what we used to do more in the past was the vending because we didn't have a physical location. Plus those parties, outdoors. People are having a good time,
And now you're just ready to invest in this. You got your solid location. You're trying to make this best it could be. I guess instead of you could do that outside work, but so why do that when you're trying to focus on this kind of idea?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely build this, which you've helped with building this initially. You were one of the first to hop on board.
It's a good place.
You come get involved in shows. You come record. Come do a podcast. So, I'm stoked.
I'm glad to be here. It's good to start, community here, and there's a lot of places in town that have tried to pick up on certain things here and there, but it's good to have a venue that's able to frequently allow us artists to, you know, have time on stage.
Yeah, I'm stoked with the people that have come and get involved. There's a lot more I want to get out here, but it's just a matter of
Well, I mean, I think
time.
we all really appreciate what you're doing for the community out here, especially just in Helena alone, you know?
I'm stoked to connect with the community. You know, there's a lot of other artists that I haven't connected with in the past. Like, I didn't know you, 5 or so years ago when I was in the scene and out at the bars and venues and playing around town. Well, how long have you been really performing and making music?
I've only been performing for, it makes 2 years. New Year's was my first show. I played for the Hofbraun Bozeman, one of Nick's shows.
Oh, nice.
So that was my first ever show, and so it's been about a year, 6-7 months now. I mean, I've been releasing for about 3.
And you...
I started releasing. I was all the way out in Missoula, too. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was there for a year for college, so yeah.
Oh, you went to college?
Yeah,
Did you finish?
yeah. I've not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You still can.
I still can. I'm gonna go back and finish up at least.
What were you going for? Anything specific?
I mean, originally I wanted to go in for like law and everything like that. I wanted to try to like make a difference like politically, but I realized how hard it would be to actually do that, like on a state level, which is where I see the most potential for change. Like optimistically, like it's really hard to change things on a national scale.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to try to change things statewide, I mean, the pay just isn't there. I mean, like $10.50 an hour is like what they're making, and like that's like with a stipend, for like working every day. Like for like driving, they get like an extra $80, something like that. Like those people are definitely working on like money that they get from those donations, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be bought out to be able to stay doing what I want to do.
Yeah, true that. I do see this chick online.
Not that all of them are, but the ones that aren't have to already have that money to be able to say no to those bribes.
Yeah, for sure. I see this chick online. She's like some music lawyer page where she goes over through a lot of the logistics of like these things like DistroKid or CD Baby.
Okay, cool.
You ever come across her on YouTube? She got red hair.
I don't think I've heard of her, but I mean, I have been starting to watch more like market stuff. Like I just started watching this guy AR.O who does like Market Monday videos. I started watching this other guy Caleb Hammer who like yells at people for having bad financials.
Hey man,
but I mean, it's
maybe
funny.
It works. Must
it's
work.
fun. I mean, it's like basically like Dr. Phil for like entitled adults, but like a little bit more of a reality check.
Well, that's what I did like about a real outlook. Well, because I looked you up originally when I connected with you online. I seen you got a website.
Yeah, AR.O406.com, yeah.
Which not a lot of artists have. I do recommend it.
It's a good idea because even if, like, you don't have a lot of stuff out or, like, you don't think that you're going to be making a lot of money from it, it's good to have that just so people who are interested in finding out about you or, like, if you are, like, in a rush and somebody asks for your information or something like that and you don't have like a business card or anything like that, it's easy to have a website. You can just shout that off to somebody, put it in their phone, if you're like in a hurry or, somebody just like randomly approaches you with these questions, and makes it a lot easier because it's harder if you just have your stuff on Spotify, YouTube, stuff like that, and somebody like is, hey, how can I find your music? And it's might be hard to find your stuff on those platforms without like having certain searches, Sometimes you gotta get a little specific.
True that. And then, because on your website, you can just have all those links.
Exactly.
Right there, like,
so like maybe somebody doesn't use
YouTube.
Maybe somebody uses another site, you don't have to remember all of the different ones, all your different handles and everything.
True that. Yeah, you can move your mic too if you want
for
and
sure.
feel more comfortable. Yeah, dude, but that, like I was saying, a real outlook, because it's good to stay grounded in reality and have a dream or a goal.
Yeah.
Good to be a little delusional.
It's good to have delusions as long as you're able to recognize when those are like somewhat of delusions. You're allowed to believe in things that you might not think are like feasible But you gotta realize, you know, when those are those ideas, you know? It's like I could believe that I could, you know, be a king someday, but, you know, I gotta believe and know that that's just like an idea. I can't just, like, go into everything being like, oh yeah, I rule this, you know? Because then, you know, you get that false sense of bravado, you know?
Like a king, like you have your own country?
Right, yeah,
And
like, you
peasants
know,
and-
right? Like, you could, but, like, the reasonability of that is, like, so low. So it's like, if you, like, honestly believed that, that would be delusional, but it's okay to have that delusion if you recognize that it's just a delusion.
What are your, like, goals with your music, really?
I guess, like, my biggest, like, dream would just be able to, like, play, like, all around, you know? I just, like, my biggest dream, I guess, is, like, I've always dreamt of, like, not really, like, having, like, a town or something, but, like, maybe, like, a cul-de-sac, you know, where I can have, like, all my friends and family all live together, you know? Like, that's my dream, having, like, my own community where it's, like, all the people I love and care about in one place.
So you want a cult commune? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, pretty much, you know, I
Yeah.
run everything, and I run the cult, no.
Yeah, you will be the king.
Yeah, basically.
Cul-de-sac
Yeah,
king.
no, but just, like, have, you know, be able to see the people I care about, you know, and not have to worry about, like, time and money. That would be pretty cool. Like, you know, if you have family all around the world and, you know, it's not realistic to live in that cul-de-sac with all your friends and family, right? But it's like to be able to have that time and money to be able to see the people you love at the drop of a hat would be pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, and I've worked in the construction world for people that they build houses for their family, like, right on the same block. So that's a dream of mine. But when you say the freedom of, like, time and money, you know, is your goal to make it that through your music more?
I mean,
mainly?
not specifically through my music. I mean, like, I'm trying to work into, like, real estate right now. I'm saving up for some, like an apartment building or something like that, like land that I can rent, lease, etc. I just, you know, I want to have a way that I am able to make an income and do the things that I want to do. I mean, and I think that's a lot of people's dreams is, you know, to be able to have a stable income and be able to do the things they want to do.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, but that's, you know, the gist of it, really. It doesn't really specifically have to happen for music. I did the music because I like, you know, making music. It would be awesome to be able to play at all sorts of places. I think that, like, Vegas is, like, one of, like, a really cool venue. Like, anywhere in Vegas would be awesome if I played that.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
you know, Madison Square Garden, you know, venues like that, like going to Australia, freaking Vancouver, wherever, you know, like, traveling, that's, like, the dream, you know? Being
Yeah.
able to, like, play is just a whole nother, like, world that would be so fun, and I think it would be, like, an adventure.
For sure, I agree with you. There's a lot I want to do in that same sense of, like, I've done some of those smaller tours and shows around Montana and the region, but and we've talked about that a little bit. Like, you have the goal to do some touring.
Yeah,
Which,
Japan would be dope, too.
Japan?
I've always wanted to get like, traditional back tattoo from Japan, like, you know, like, the painful back
what?
tattoo.
Dragon?
Yeah, I've always wanted a dragon my whole life. I was born near the dragon. I've always loved dragons, and I'd want to go to Japan and get a traditional, you know, dragon back tattoo, you know. However, I'd have to do that, you know, assuming, like, you know, the taboo with tattoos in Japan. I mean, I might even have to, like, have permission from, like, you know, whatever, you know, people, you know. I might have to have, like, a whole, you know, group of people, you know, be able to say, like, that's okay, you know. But I've always wanted to have that. I've always wanted to have, like, a really nice back tattoo from Japan.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I don't
At
want to
least
get
a
it done in the United
traditional-
States. I wouldn't trust that. I used to, like, if I got one in the United States, I'd have to get, like, an arm tattoo, you know, because I wouldn't be able to trust them, like, doing a back tattoo. I mean, you seen Ben Affleck's back tattoo?
No.
Ben
what is it?
Affleck doesn't like people seeing his back tattoo.
Oh, really? You think you
It's-
would be able to get it, like,
It's
redone?
like a phoenix, and it's, like, really bad. He got,
I've
like,
heard of it.
drunk when he was one night or something like that.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Do you see, though, how people will get put under? And then they'll have,
Like
like,
anesthesia?
7... Yeah, and they'll have, like, 7 different artists do their whole back in, like, one
Really?
night. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know about that, no.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I've had friends. I've seen friends really drunkenly give tattoos. I had a buddy who
And they're
was-
out.
I had a buddy who was
Passed out.
blackout give someone else a tattoo once.
What?
At my house, yeah.
They're both blacked out drunk.
He tried
Did
to
he
do
give him a blackout tattoo?
He tried to do a triangle and it was a dang circle, and then the guy was like, "Stop!"
Yeah. Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you see how blackout tattoos are a thing now, too?
Yeah. That's like a really interesting like reverse from like getting things removed.
Yeah, it is. And I've seen people that get blackout tattoos that's not even like a cover-up.
Right, just 'cause.
Yeah.
I think in some areas it might be like a tribal thing. I don't know. I used to know a guy who had like an increasingly like width black bands going up his arms, like a whole sleeve of them that would like just increase, almost like, you know, a tiger but different.
Yeah, I met a guy that had stuff like that, too. I met him in jail. He was a heroin addict. I don't know if it had any reference to the heroin. He also had this other tattoo that was the scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz shooting itself in the head.
Weird.
And it said, "If I only had a brain." So it was like...
Wow! That's poetic.
Yeah, for sure.
That's poetic.
But yeah, man, I mean, poetic for sure. What got you into, like, writing raps and stuff? You just a fan of hip-hop?
I mean, I guess, like... I used to always like want to do music like my whole life, pretty much. Like since middle school I was like trying to do something musically wise. I was like writing songs even in like 7th grade. I remember I had a little notebook and they were like more like rockish type songs and stuff like that. And it was in sophomore year of high school. I was in law and justice class, and my buddy had tried to get a bag the night before, and this weed guy like had beef with some other group of people, I guess. And my buddy essentially like thought he got jumped, but he was on this weed deal and like 30 cars pulled up on him, and he like ran for his life, man. And so I wrote a diss track on the people who did that, and that's how I started making rap music.
Did it ever get like recorded and put out there?
No, sir.
You're like, I don't know if I would want to.
No, sir.
They'd be like, he's next.
Nah, I just didn't want to. There were some things in there that like were not specifically right. Like, you know, a lot of people who are like farmers and stuff could take offense to certain things I was saying, and I got like family who are farmers.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
not the area I was trying to go with it, and I was like, yeah, I can't release this just because some of the words were just too close.
Yeah.
Just like it seemed like I was shitting on people from the country, and I'm not.
Well, that's good to keep in mind. I mean, it's definitely you know, hip hop around this area, there is a scene, there's a lot of people that love it, but as you know, it's not really like
huge,
big.
It's a growing market, but it's like, you know, we're known for being a lot more old fashioned out here, and that's just because we are. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
even the younger people, are raised that way, and so it's a small amount of people really from all generations, but a lot more of the younger generation, like in that hip hop music in here for sure. So I mean, really, it just comes down to like getting more people knowledgeable on like the actual fact that there are people making the music in this town that they didn't really know about. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know we're doing these types of things, you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of people we don't know about that they might be aware.
Already trying to do these things.
And they just are like at their house writing raps or in school or whatever, or they might have that dream
lots
or goal.
Lots of college people, I mean not a lot, but there are college people who roll through here too, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Lots of different people who can find out and, you know, come down and, you know, have an experience. I mean, there's a lot of new people that like have good music. We hear almost every show. There's almost somebody new that's like amazes, you know?
Yeah, hopefully we can become, you know, I love all music and I'm involved in all different music scenes. Hip hop, I kind of want to become like a bit of a hip hop hub because it's kind of a mixture of all music. But most of the people have like their own independent home studios now.
Yeah, that's true. Like I feel like everybody's just always working on independency these days. It's
Which is
just
good.
like a really common thing that's been like stressed generationally, really too. I mean, you look in a lot of other places in the world, people live with their families multiple generations in the same home, and you don't see that in the United States. You know, we're broken apart to be independent, and I mean that comes all the way down even into the music industry. The people have these home studios because I mean either they don't have the money to work with professionals, or they just have the desire to do it themselves. They feel like they need to sometimes.
I definitely encourage having a home studio for sure, and I think that, you know, that's why when we got this spot going, I was like, can't rely too much on just the studio. So at least we have still this venue space and the clothing up front.
That's good.
Because, especially in Montana,
it's multifaceted. You know, it's a multifaceted area. You know, you have multiple different work zones. It's good.
Yeah, and there's just not a huge calling for, you know, all those different artists like hip hop and everything. But I think it'll generate more and more as people, you know, become aware. Like, they sometimes still have hip hop at the bars around town. You just did another show.
Yeah. I just did one at the Rialto. I know that artist Sevidemic, he played Jester's Bar not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming back in March, actually.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's personally requested that I open for him. So hopefully should be getting that gig as well. So that would be nice to be going back there, have another book gig.
Yeah, see, and that's another thing I want to try to do when these guys like him come to town is be like, yo, you should slide through and
do like a
hit the podcast. You could do another show, but you really want to get them over there. But you could come and do a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that's
or, you know,
really
promote
smart.
yourself.
Yeah.
Or try to get people to collaborate, you know, and like, I think that's probably one of the best things to do. Well, and you've come in here with collaborations, like getting features from people.
I like working with a lot of people, you know, as many people as I can. I really don't discriminate on, like, who I'm working with. I think that, like, business is business, and especially when it comes to music, is like music's an art form, and just if I was not dealing with somebody for any reason other than artistry, then, you know, I would feel like it'd be wrongful to that art, almost like denying it what it could be, you know, just because I didn't want to work with a certain person, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
So like,
it's all different.
Like, even if I didn't like somebody, I'd work with them because I think that could be, you know, good for our music. You know, I don't have to like somebody's life choices to, like, want to realize that we could both benefit from our being, like, you know, working with each other in, like, a musical sense.
Well, if they're more famous,
they're more
just
famous
kidding.
too. Yeah, too. Yeah.
Then yes, who cares? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about working with people. Like, it's cool to work with people in your, like, same area that you could say are at the, like, certain levels. Yeah, I hate to be that way, but it really is. There's, like, unknown people that haven't done nothing you could collaborate with. There's people that are in the local scene, and then there's people that are maybe at a certain level of fame, and then there's people that are higher levels. So,
which is something I'm excited to tap into a lot more as well. Like, I got a song with Dizzy Wright coming on the way. Working with Peso, and I'm trying to work with some CV Stone hopefully here soon as well, and I should hopefully be doing a song Wild Card as well here soon. Those two are still both in the air, but I should hopefully be able to get those locked in too.
Yeah, dude. So it's cool because a lot of those artists too that are willing to work with artists that I guess you could say might not have as big of a following or as much of a resume. You know, say these guys that have toured and they've worked with bigger labels
and
that are still open to working with other independent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the ones too that you can get, like, sometimes you can hop on tour with these people. Sometimes you got to pay to get on tour.
That's good. You know, get that exposure if you can, you know. I would take a tour with artist and like almost a heartbeat. Hell, I mean, I would pay on to most tours. I mean, you get the right deal. I mean, you get the right show. That could be all you need. You get one right person, make one silly TikTok, and that's what the world's come to this day. Just one right moment and you're viral.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's when I think people say like those lucky moments or whatever that make you like an overnight success, but an overnight success is a lifetime in the making. Or those when you get lucky, I can't remember the saying exactly, but it's like, oh, those strikes of luck are like...
You gotta work.
You were prepared for it. It's all that work that prepared for that right place at the right
take
time.
That opportunity, and it's not just always going to present itself if you're not putting in that work. I mean, it does for some people, but you gotta work for that opportunity a lot of the time.
Even if you just sparking 1 or 2, 5, 10 fans at some of these other gigs that you might be like an opening act for.
One diehard fan is like 5 friends, that they might show that to.
Yeah, and then,
that could be more people.
As an independent, if you have, 100 people or 1,000 people that actually really dig your stuff and they'll spend $100 on you a year. If you had 1,000 fans that spend $100 on you a year, that's $100,000, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So that's cool. I mean,
right?
It's a slow build, and that's where those little realistic things of like you chunk it out a little bit at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Things happen.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got going on?
Well, not... Well, I mean, actually, it's been pretty busy. The other day, I tried to go watch that new Joker movie, actually.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what happened?
So, I didn't realize it was supposed to be a musical, I guess.
I didn't realize that either.
I go in, and Joaquin Phoenix, I mean... I don't think he has like that singing voice that they're trying to give. But yeah, no. I walked out of the theater like 30
did you?
minutes in, dog. I've never walked out of a movie in my life. Walked out on that movie. I mean, the seats were just uncomfortable. I couldn't deal with it, and I was like, I just want to go smoke some weed in the car. So
I'm too high for this right now.
I left. I could not deal.
I'm getting paranoid. It's it's obviously a dark
and honestly,
movie.
the beginning of the movie too, like there's all those voices around you. It was giving me paranoia, man.
Dude,
it was inducing something in me. Like I had schizophrenia too, man.
It's definitely a dark movie. It's a head trip. It's not like. Joaquin Phoenix, the way he looks and carries himself.
It probably could have been a good movie, like good drama, but I was like, I could not do. I mean, that was not the movie for me.
I didn't expect a musical. I forgot that he played Johnny Cash.
Okay.
And he definitely has that like lower register monotone voice, but I thought it was a rad movie. It was a head trip.
That's good.
And But that's the thing, man. I was like, man, it's a real,
it was hard for me to...
Messes with your head, man.
I remember I was in there with...
I don't know if it's quite the movie you want to get, high and go watch either.
Yeah. Well, I was in there with
But, I mean,
Tina,
when I was getting high, I'd get high
and
and do anything. I was like,
hey, are you invested in this? Like, are you invested in this at all? And she's like... not really. Like,
I spent
$12
on this.
And I was like, let's go. I mean, I paid for everything. I was like, you know what? I don't want to really be here. And she's like, well, I'm not invested in it either. I was like, sweet.
I mean, it definitely got much darker and messed up because it was weird because it's like just, which I know that's what they're going for. And I love the cinematography of it, like the look. It's obviously very professional, well done, but the range of emotions, I'd be like, wow, this is exciting with this crazy musical.
It was built for like the Oscars or something.
And then it's like, gets kind of eerie. And then it makes me. I'd be like, get really sad.
Words up on it.
Oh, it probably ran out or something.
It's reading to me. It's telling me my teleprompter words.
This is all just.
It's all scripted.
This is all a simulation. It's all scripted.
It's all scripted.
But yeah, I mean, it was cool. it was just like messed with my head and emotions, but that's probably
good.
what they're going for.
That's good. I mean, that's how I felt at the beginning of the movie too. Like, I could tell like it was definitely a psychological movie.
Yeah. Well, you got a music video. You got.
Yes, working on 3 next Sunday.
Oh, you're doing 3?
We're doing 3 videos one day.
3 in 1.
Three.
So he should make some money.
Yeah, well, we're doing 3 shoots. Well, he threw in 2 of those for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got to buy one.
So he's making no money.
I got to buy one, get one deal.
He making a little money.
We're doing a show. We're doing a song together, so he threw that one in for free. So we're doing 3 songs.
Yeah.
Since it's
and
like,
then,
I mean, I'm buying him dinner too. So I mean, yeah, I guess he gets a free meal out of it too. Free meal, gas.
Well, you're building the business too. You're helping him. He's helping
and I mean, it's my
you.
first
It's a
3 real
win-win.
videos, and like they take off. His business takes off for filming it and everything. It's a win-win exactly.
And that's a lot of times when you're building a business, you're not technically like making a bunch of money. You're
like
actually
my hats like
a lot of times spending more money,
$20.
but it builds business. Like
I make like $1 off these or something like that, you know.
it adds up.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but it's like it's all about
You
merchandising.
can go to the strip
It's about
club with
people
it.
knowing, like your brand. You know, it's about exposure, not about making money. You know, when you're early on.
What? I'm in it for the money, baby. No, just
well,
kidding.
yeah, I mean, you got to make money later, but like, you got to get that exposure first.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not really too tripping on like making like $50 on a hoodie. You know, I'm fine with making $6 on a hoodie and selling it for like $30. You know.
Yeah, for real. And I don't think, of course, do it for the love, exposure. Some people are.
And that's why I got my day
on
job.
the money thing. I think it's still good
Exactly. That's why you gotta have
to
that
make
job.
money too, because then you can get another hoodie.
Yeah.
And, keep it rolling.
Make more designs, pay more artists. Like people just like gotta work together in this industry. That's how everything's done. Like people pay for the artists for their services. Like you don't just get an album overnight. You pay someone for that album art. You pay somebody for helping engineer, make those beats. Whatever you got going on. I mean, maybe you are making your own beats, but still, like you gotta outsource for a lot of things.
But they suck. I'm just kidding.
You gotta outsource for a lot of things. I mean, you can try doing everything yourself, but like making those connections is important.
Yeah, and since when I was getting going, I did a lot of stuff by myself.
Gotta invest in yourself.
But I've realized too, working with other people, teamwork makes the dream work. You can make a much better product.
Yeah,
The more people you work with, and keeping
worried
good relationships. I've definitely kind of messed up on that end too.
Investing in other people is investing in yourself, because when they grow, you grow.
Facts.
Yeah.
I try to get hip with it. When I think of my son, I'll be like,
bet.
It's bussin', bro.
Yeah, that's pretty, like, what are they saying? Like, skibbity? That's pretty skibbity.
Skibbity, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that hat, bro, it's got you rizzed out, homie.
Oh, yeah. They got a lot of interesting terminology these days.
You got aura.
Yeah,
that's the new one now.
I like that one. That reminds me of the Pokemon Dungeon Rescue from, like, the DS. I had that, and when you played it, when you first log into the game, it like reads your aura when you touch the screen, and it tells you which Pokemon you are.
No way.
From a quiz. You do a quiz and you touch the screen to read your aura, dog.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's every time I hear that, it reminds me of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Dude, I have actually seen there's like a photo or a camera that somebody invented that could capture like your aura.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa. That's pretty trippy, but I would imagine your aura changes all the time. Like if you're pissed off,
right,
your aura's gonna be like this, or if you're,
it's got to be like an energy
out,
length, like a wavelength, right? You know, like a spectral form type deal.
Yeah. Well, you've always had some good vibes since we've been connected. Your music's cool. You got some good vibes. You got some different vibes in your music. You got like some party songs, some more like kind of, I guess you'd say almost like introspective, like thinking, chilling. And I haven't even really checked out a lot of your stuff, but I think that's when the videos help.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you can see somebody, I watch a lot of
makes it more personal too. Yeah, you like know who they are. It makes you want to be like know more about them. I guess it's like curiosity is what runs a lot of innovation and a lot of advertising, like if you want to catch people's eye, you want to be, interesting. So those music videos help a lot.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm stoked that you got these music videos coming out.
I'm excited.
I'll try to swing through and make a little cameo, be in the background for a second.
Even
I'll be
on
busy
one of
that
them,
day, but
we're gonna be doing a lot of footage, and I mean, shit. A lot of it might not even be in the video, because like I'm saying, like we're gonna be shooting for almost 3 hours, maybe like probably even a little bit more than that. So like, we're doing 3-minute videos. Not all that footage is getting used, but we're gonna have a lot of footage to use for other videos too. So that's gonna be good.
Yeah, the more footage, the better.
Because, like, a lot of that, like, party footage and, like, car footage and stuff like that can be reused on other things. Like, parts that, like, haven't been shown or stuff like that. Like, parts that were filmed in when it's, like, background stuff, that you can, like, throw in. Like, not, like, rapping parts or whatever, but, like, just background footage that you'd throw in, like, an intro for another video or something like that,
Or just your other little online promo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like your other little
whatever you want to build,
TikToks or behind the scenes or whatever you're doing to promote, like the build up before it's released or even after it's released.
Exactly. Thank you. Like, there's so many different ideas and stuff you can do with with like extra stock footage. It's always good to get that too. Like, if you're ever like filming a music video, somebody definitely make sure you ask them to get all the footage too, not just the video they make out of it.
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on nowadays with video. Obviously, that one got maxed out. I probably maxed out the card if it was on like 4K or something. Then, hopefully one day. I'm at least stoked that we got this going on now. I want to get all the cameras figured out. Hopefully one day we got
a nice setup.
Editors.
It's clean in here. It's comfy.
Clean? These are from the strip club.
Perfect.
I don't know if they're that clean.
Hey,
No, I did clean them.
Tight.
I gotta re-upholster them though. Because as you can see, they're kind of falling apart.
Couple places.
But they're pretty comfy.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of lap dances in it. No, just kidding.
They're broken in. They're well broken in.
They're broken in. I don't know what. I don't even want to think about that.
These are literally busting.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Well, shit. I better get off of these now. You got me freaked out. Yeah. But yeah, man. That was dope. Thanks for doing a podcast. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say or...
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's just been
anything.
fun to be here. I mean, if I'm promoting anything, I guess it's just, check out AR.O406.com. I mean, check out the music. We got the videos coming on the way. They aren't going to be released on the 13th, but I guarantee it. All 3 of them will be released by the end of the year. And on top of that, I mean, check everybody else out. I mean, XROADZ Music, all those... other formats. I mean, Soulfire Studios. I mean, got a lot of other buddies around town. It'd take all day to shout everybody out, but
true that. Hopefully, eventually they'll be on here.
Exactly.
If they want to be.
So, shout out to you as well for like putting all this on, Jake. It's really a good experience to be able to like come in and do these types of things.
I'm grateful. It wouldn't be possible without you and all the others.
Thank you.
It takes a community, and. Yeah, but just one person at a time, man. Builds the dream.
Yes, sir. That's the only way you can do it is, one step at a time, right? Like, that's on not Neil Armstrong. Is it Neil Armstrong? It's one of the Armstrongs.
They went on the moon?
Yeah.
One small step for mankind. Wait, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Was that Neil Armstrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait.
Because one's Neil, one's Lance. I don't know which one it is.
Armstrong.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong is the one that makes the trumpet then, yeah.
No, that's... Lance Armstrong rides a bike.
Oh, shoot.
Neil Armstrong was the astronaut.
Okay, who's the one who played the trumpet? Louis Armstrong?
Louis Armstrong, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Too many Armstrongs. Yeah. Hey, yo. Jinx.
Yeah.
You owe me a Coke.
All right, yeah.
All right, brother. Well.
Nice. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
man.
Thank you. And I guess we better get to it. I need to eat some food.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably been about one of those times. Get some pizza.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
That was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.